So when a disaster strikes, the time to prepare, folks, has already passed. I really like that saying because it is so true. Today's video is going to be something a little bit different. I'm going to give you a nice scenery background to watch. There'll be quite a few different scenes. But I got some stuff I want to talk about, and I just want to talk and you guys watch the beautiful scenery behind what is being said and pay attention, because we really need to discuss a lot of different things that are going on that should be making us aware. So sit back, grab something to drink, and enjoy something really nice to look at for a change, and just listen. So here we go. Hey folks, welcome back, and remember one thing there, people. When the disaster strikes, the time to prepare has already passed. It is too late at that point to go out and gather your supplies, because there'll be nothing left but crumbs in the stores. We all saw that with Charlie Victor 19, didn't we? What else can be done? What can we do to prepare for whatever may be coming down the pike? Now, in this video today, we're going to be talking about a lot of different things, so follow me on some of this stuff, folks. All right, let's just start right off with being prepared. The first thing you want to make sure that you're doing is you're going out and you're doing what you can to be prepared for any type of disaster, SHTF, EMP, cyber attack, hurricane, whatever it may be. Okay, you have to be ready. You have to plan. You have to take the initiative and go out and do these things. It is very vital to your survival. Us as creators, on my YouTube channel, I can make videos, I can talk about, show you, and everything else, and some of the things that you need to do and have, and everything else, but you are the one in the end that has to take the bull by the horns and put all those things into place so that you are prepared. I try to make sure that I do videos to try to save people's lives when the disaster does strike, to try to give you the time that you need to prepare before it is too late. Time has passed you by. Let's start right off with the cyber attacks. We all seen in the news and stuff, you know, there was another huge cyber attack. They hit a huge company, and that company had ties to 200 plus other companies, and it was a ransomware. And guess where that originated from? Well, they're telling us it came from Russia. And the good old Joe Biden there, he did make a phone call to Russian President Putin. Then they had a lovely little discussion, more likely about vodka, but you know, they talked about this whole cyber attack thing and all this kind of stuff. And the Russian president assured Joe Biden that he would be looking into it and trying to crack down on these said groups that are attacking us through the internet. The silent, invisible war. That's what this has really turned into now, isn't it? It's just turned into a silent, invisible war that is very hard to counterattack. Now, the question really stands, what are we going to do about it? It seems that we've been sitting back and taking this with a lick of salt, as you could say. And what is the outcome really going to be? We are the ones that are going to be paying the prices. We are the ones that are going to eventually, once they do hit something major, and I'm talking power grids, I'm talking any type of major infrastructure in this country that really cripples us, who's going to pay the cost? I can guarantee you that the caviar will still be flowing at the White House, and the rest of us, if you're not prepared when that disaster strikes, well, folks, it is really past time, because everybody's going to be hurting. The supply chain is already in a huge struggle to meet the demand of what is really taking place in this country. You see, they don't have enough truck drivers. They don't have enough people to work in stores. I can list a bunch of different restaurants and everything else. You go to them, especially any type of fast food places, that you go there, you can only go to drive-through. They don't have enough employees to open up the inside of the store. Now, I do know that some restaurants, they only have half of the inside of the restaurant open. The other half is closed. So all these companies are losing money. Meanwhile, you can't go in and sit down and eat because they don't have employees. And why is that, folks? Well, once again, the federal government has struck. We're forking out millions and millions. Well, wait, I shouldn't say millions. Let me reframe that. Trillions and trillions of dollars to all these people to sit at home and collect more money than what they were making when they were working. So who in their right mind is going to go back to work if you're getting more money to sit on your rear end at home and watch TV or play video games? Maybe some of you are watching and listening to YouTube channels. But the question still stands. Why? There are so many companies out there. You can drive down the road, you'll see a sign, I guarantee you, hiring. I know a lot of these companies, they're having to turn around and they're having to pay people to come in and apply and get a job. You know, they're paying $500, $1,000, you know, for you to come in and work. That is just totally asinine. Now, maybe you don't agree with me. Now, let me just state one thing for the record here, folks. I do know that there are people out there that do have issues. They have maybe some disabilities, or, you know, they can't find jobs in their field or those type of situations. And they are the ones that probably need the help. It would be very easy for the federal government to figure out, okay, who needs it and who doesn't. They could do it, folks. They have all these supercomputers out there. They know everything that we do. They follow you. If you have a smartphone, they know where you are at all times. Okay? Now, even though that these companies say that they do not hand over this information or anything else, trust me, if the federal government wants to know, the federal government is going to find out, if you get what I'm saying. All right? Now, let's move on down the line here. All right? You got this year, they put out their hurricane forecast, a few months ago and everything else. Now they've already come out and updated that and bumped it up even more storms. So what is going on there? This is why you have to be prepared, because they don't even know what the hell's going on, folks. Their computers are just as confused as they are. The computers are only as smart as the programmers that are programming them. You got me? Follow me here. So the computer at one point spit out that they believe that the computer says that, oh, well, you're going to have X amount of storms. Now all of a sudden the computer is saying, wow, well, we've only had 5, so let's bump this up a little, because I'm thinking that maybe, well, you might just have a few more. Mother Nature is going to do what Mother Nature wants to do. And when the disaster strikes, folks, the time to prepare, well, that's already passed. So you got to be prepared for these kind of things, all right? You can't rely on all these different agencies, colleges, scientists, and everything else to sit back and say, hey, this is what it is and what's going to happen and what you got to prepare for and all this kind of stuff. Don't do it, folks. Don't fall for the old line and sinker, because you're going to go down with the ship, if you get what I'm saying. If you make a plan, you put it in place and everything else, when the disaster strikes, you'll be prepared and you won't miss the boat. Do I make myself clear? Now, let's talk about out west. All right. Now, you don't really hear a lot about the drought. You hear a lot about what is going on with the heat, and you hear a lot about the fires. But you don't really hear a lot about, in the national news, on any station, about the huge drought that is taking place. You have reservoirs that are bone dry now, that have never been bone dry. They're at 0%. There is no water left in them. That's in Utah, Nevada, California, all these places. And it's only a matter of time before what is taking place in Lake Mead is really going to cripple a lot of people in the West. And that's going to all flow back to everybody that lives in the East. If you follow what I'm saying. If all that water dries up, for one, people out there are not going to have water. For two, they're not going to have power, because once that level of Lake Mead reaches a certain point which is getting pretty doggone close to, folks. They won't even be producing power anymore. People will not have power. So you really have to take in consideration of everything that is going on around us. The unrest this year alone, there's more people being killed and shot than ever before. You got the cops that are pretty much running scared because they're afraid if they do anything, they're going to get in trouble. They're going to either get thrown in jail, lawsuits, and everything else. A lot of these states are trying to change all these laws where, the cops have to have their own insurance now. They have to hire their own lawyers and everything else. One bad apple doesn't make them all bad. And if we don't have the police to help try to keep control of all the chaos that's going on, well, you don't want the military doing it. That I can promise you. We've seen how that has taken place throughout history. Now, if you haven't noticed, I am a big history person because history repeats itself. History will always repeat itself, and it always comes back around to bite us in the rear end, folks. That's where it always likes to get us. It doesn't really matter how well you're prepared. The question is, are you prepared enough to make sure you can make it and weather any storm? There is so much going on. We could sit here and talk for hours and hours and hours. The point I'm trying to bring across that I try to do on this station is try to give you all great information so that you have the power, the knowledge, and you can survive any situation. That is the key to survival, folks. It's not how much food you have. It's not how much water, how much money, and everything else. You got to have what you need to survive. You have to know how to use any of the said things that you have to survive. And you have to have a plan. A plan is the biggest thing that's going to save you, to help you keep your cool when an SHTF, a natural disaster, or something happens. There's a lot of people out there that are people that will take the bull by the horns, can stay calm, cool, and collected in a chaos type situation, make good decisions, and survive. There's other people out there they call followers. They don't like to make the decisions. They don't like to be the ones that have to use their head and hopefully make the right decision. That's something that you really have to work on as a prepper. You have to be able to analyze what is going on, make sure that you understand, get as much information about that particular situation that has happened, and then you have to be able to put a plan in place to make sure that you stay safe, you survive, and you can thrive through just about any type of storm. So I am Survival Preparedness for Beginners. I'd like to thank you all for joining me for this video. I hope you did enjoy watching some nice scenery in the background while I sat here and I talked. I just wanted to give you something really nice to look at for a change and just listen. So until next time, I will catch all of you on the flip side.